Hello guys, welcome to the third episode of Rhino 101 in Parametric Nerd YouTube channel. I don't talk much in this video, let's jump right in and open Rhino. In the last episode we drew this rectangle together, and as you remember, this was not really a rectangle. It consists of four different curves that are not connected to each other. Why is it important? It's important because if you want to extrude this rectangle and create a cube, you can't, because if I use extrude command, it's extrude curve, because it's a curve and we want to extrude it, so we're going to have a solid form. You see, you can extrude this, but okay, in Rhino 8, actually it will join the curves and it will create solid form for us. But in Rhino 7 and older versions, if you had something like this, you have to join them first and then you can convert it to a box. So I will show you how to convert this to a single rectangle or a closed curve. You have to select these curves first. As you see, we have four open curves, and you use the command join, okay, and press enter. As you see, it said four curves joined into one closed curve. So we have one closed curve, and if you extrude this now, yeah, we had a solid cube either way, but this is the main way to do it. But I don't want to talk about solids and surface volumes for now, so we will use undo or Ctrl Z command, and we are going to just work with this closed curve. I told you some of Rhino commands till now in this one or two last episodes, but you may forgot some of them. You should know that every command, or maybe not all of them, like 95% of the most useful ones exist in these menus. If you want to find them, you just have to select your object and see what is the type. This is a closed curve, okay? So you come search here for curve menu. As you see, we have file. This is to manage your files, to create new file, open a file. This is so simple. To save and save as, and insert and import. I will talk about these options later, and properties, exit, and the last projects you have been working on. And you have edit menu for undo, redo, cut and copy, paste, delete, and selections. And here we have some useful commands. I will talk about them later. And also you have view menu, commands like pan or set view, or setting the viewport display mode, and etc. But what is important for us in this episode is curve menu. As you see, we have many options and many submenus here. So as you see, this is line, or this is polyline, or other menus and submenus. For example, you find this line. You want to create a curve, so you open curve menu and you think, what do I want to draw? I want to draw a polyline or just a simple line, as we did here. So what was the command I should use? I don't remember, so I will choose this one or this one, okay? Or maybe these other options that looks a little more complicated. For now, we just want to use single line. As you see, it will write the line command here. It means if you, I just tap escape, if you write the command line and tap enter, or if you come here to curve menu and select line, single line, these two ways are just the same, but as you know, commands are very faster. So I prefer using commands, and you can choose your method for yourself. Okay, for example, I create a line like this, and I tap right click and create another one. Okay. And you may know AutoCAD. So in AutoCAD, we have a command named trim. You can use that command easily to trim curves and lines. So we open curve menu again and search and see if we can find trim command, but it's not here. So you should go to edit, and here you can find your trim command. Edit commands are kind of more general. They are not limited to curves or surfaces or mesh objects or types like that. So as you see, the join command that we use to connect all these 4 lines together is here. And you can see we have trim and split and explode. So we just use trim now. It says select cutting objects. So these are our cutting objects. I just click on them and press enter or space, and it says select object to trim. So I want to trim this. It trims the line, and you just tap enter or space. So as you see, this is our line, and these are our lines that we trimmed with. So I'm gonna create a new line, but I want to show you a faster way to create lines and polylines. In AutoCAD, we use L command to create lines, but here in Rhino you can't use L. So we want to add this L command to Rhino so we can draw our lines and polylines faster. So you come here to File menu and Properties. This is document properties, and it's a very important window in Rhino, and it consists of 2 main parts: document properties part and Rhino options part. If the setting you want to change is related to your current project and current file, you have to look for it in document properties. And if your setting that you want to change is related to the whole Rhino program and it's gonna affect all the files and your experience of working with Rhino, you should look for that setting in Rhino options. So I want to add a command. It's not related to my current project. So I will find this option named Aliases. As you see, I have this L in here, but if you installed Rhino recently and you didn't add this alias, you don't have it. So I just delete this and create a new one, and you do it as I do. Okay, you want to use L command and it does something for you. So you can add line or lines, but I prefer polyline. This is more useful, and click OK. So if you use L key on your keyboard and press enter, you see it says polyline, and the polyline command activates. So you can create a polyline. And I will zoom here and hold shift and tap tab button. For example, I type 0.5 and tap enter. And again, I hold shift, and you see this near or snap is kind of bothers me. So I move my mouse here, and as I hold shift, I tap tab button. And now it's just as I want. I want this to be perpendicular to this line. So I click on mouse button, or I click here. And as you see, I can still draw line, but I don't want to, so you can tap on enter or space or right click. I just use enter. So this is my new line. I want to show you a new command, connect. Click here and click here. As you see, it does connect them to each other. It's kind of like fillet command in AutoCAD. And I don't want this line anymore, so I delete it, DE enter. And I have this. I don't want this one too, so I can use connect again. Sometimes you have to type the whole command name, or sometimes it just works with CON. If you just type CONN, it will show you connect, so you can tap enter. And I will click here and here. And as you see, I have a closed curve because connect will join those two lines together. There are many more commands related to curve and lines, but I don't tell you anymore. We're just going to see other types of commands. If you hold shift and hold right click on your mouse and move your mouse, it's gonna pan your viewport. And if you hold Ctrl and use right click, it's gonna zoom in or zoom out in your viewport. And if you don't hold any key and just use your right click, it will rotate your viewport. Okay, you're probably familiar with extrude and what is it, but I'll show you extrude command and we will finish this episode. But before that, I will create a new curve. So I will use L, press space, and I tap here. And I create a shape inside this other curve. So you see, I want this to be as long as this other line. So I will move my mouse here till it says point, and I will click here. And then you can easily just connect these. Or you can use C. If you type C and press enter, it will use this close option here. You can click on close, or you can type C as it's underlined here, and you can press enter. So we have two closed curve and we want to extrude them. Okay, so extrude is a way that we can create surfaces. So I'm gonna go into surface menu and find extrude. We want to extrude our curve. So this is extrude curve. We also have a command named extrude surface. I'll tell you about that in future videos. So you choose straight. This is the simplest and most useful straight and most useful extrude curve command. As you see here, we have extrude curve. I don't tap enter. If I tap enter or if I click here, it's gonna be this shape, but I will Control Z and extrude curve. You just don't need to know about straight or other options. You just have to know extrude and curve. So it's extrude curve. And as you see, we have extrude surface also. But I will choose extrude curve, and we should enable this option, solid to yes, because we don't want to have two disconnected surfaces. Sometimes we want, but in this case we don't. So we Control Z, extrude curve again, press enter, and you can just write S and press enter because this S here is underlined, or you can click here, and as you see, the shape will change and you can press enter, or you have to give this an extrusion distance. From the last extrusion I did, it's set on 9.56 meter, but you want to add a dimension to it. So I will type just 3.2, for example, and press enter. So this is our solid form. And if you select this, you see this is a closed extrusion. So type is extrusion, but all extrusions are actually a surface. So don't get confused. This is a surface type object. Okay, this is enough for today's video. We will talk about more complicated commands in future videos. As you know, you can contact me in LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram. You can email me, or you can just ask your questions in comments. And please support me with your likes and subscribes. And if you want any help in your projects, I'm available and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you. Have a good day.